Okay, I think we're gonna get started in a few minutes here. Have few people coming into the chat. Jumet. Let me just get a couple things ready. Drea, are you here? You're muted, by the way, in case you
Oh,
are.
sorry about that. Yeah, I'm here. GM.
GM. Nice. So we're good on this end. All right. I think we are good. We are live on Sunday morning. Welcome, everybody. How you doing, Drea?
Good. How about yourself?
I was at a wedding yesterday, and it's like 7, 8 p.m. and I had a bunch of wine. So right now I'm feeling better than ever. Pretty much. How about you?
Just got up pretty early. Couldn't go back to sleep, but
You
pretty
ready to
good.
go back? Same. I'm like, oh man, these times. But it's because I'm trying to do this international thing where basically we can try and get more people across different time zones. So now we have to suffer. But I think that in the future we're going to be able to figure out some better time slots.
Yeah, for sure.
How's your week been?
It's been good. Just I love to LP, so I'm always doing that. But when I'm not, just going to the park with my dogs. Yeah, so just dogs. Going back to LP. Yeah.
Nice. Dogs and LP. That's great. Um, well, like usual, I just want to do a brief round of introductions before we get started and talk about today's content. As everybody knows, today is kind of an interesting day. We're going to be going through a couple of other community projects out there that are building community analytics tools as well as DLMM tooling to give everybody a better idea about what's out there and why these different tools exist, and try to dig into how come this community is so active, like why are there so many different tools built here. In any case, my name is Rich King, and I have Drea here. We're part of the Ultra LP community. We're an LP Copilot built on Solana, supporting Meteora DLMM. And for myself, we're a team based out here in San Francisco, distributed, called RPS AI. We're building different types of AI tools to help people interact with DeFi more easily. And we started working on Ultra LP about 6 to 7 months ago. And so far, we have a great community, about 2,500 people. Drea came on to help us work with our Ultra Sparks community, which is kind of part of our Discord. And myself, I'm primarily in charge with external communications, partnerships, and also just talking with everybody. So really glad to be here. Drea, you want to give a quick one-liner about yourself?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Like I said, I love to LP. Found out about Meteora, then Rich reached out. Well, I found Rich through a friend, and he actually reached out at the same time. So, yeah, I was in love with Ultra LP. Got invited to beta test it, and yeah,
Sounds
go with
good.
it.
Yeah. I would say that I think one of the things that really kind of gets people going is the community is very active and they are really quick to give feedback. The LP Army specifically, and that's kind of one of the key reasons why builders like to build on Meteora, because of its active community. But of course, they have also their SDK and APIs that you can use to kind of bootstrap all of the things you need in the project. That's what we found in the beginning. And then after a while, we also started to build our own infrastructure around it so that we could basically make it more real time, make it more accurate, faster, and things like that. And so, without further ado, actually, I have a couple of updates here on our end. Not really updates, But yeah, as I mentioned before, we have real-time P&L analytics platform Meteora. We're actually going to go through a few other ones today as well, and I try to do a fair, neutral comparison about all the different products, what are the pros and cons and things like that with our special speaker there. We also are getting in more in tune with the Chinese community. Last week we had Vicky and Poseidon on this show here, and we talked for probably an hour about kind of recent trends and things like that. I posted about the Russian community. We are also trying to get more involved with them. Just as a quick reminder, you can add multiple wallets on Ultra LP. You don't have to always DM me and say, hey, can I get a second, third wallet? It's already there. Just click on your wallet and you can just add a new one or remove one. That's totally up to you. So those are the quick updates for this week. We don't have any feature updates yet, but I think we'll have something by later this week. But anyway, so excited to introduce Aziz. Hey Aziz, how's it going?
Hey, yeah, good. Thanks. How are you doing? You all right?
Good. Yeah, man. Thanks for responding to my DMs. I know that I just randomly DM people like, hey man, you wanna come talk to us? And it comes off as a little bit like you're like, oh, who is this guy? Like, can I vet him? But I really appreciate you taking the time.
No, it's a pleasure. Honestly, what you guys have built is the least I can do. I use your guys' tools all the time, and I'm like, if
Awesome.
there's a little bit I can do to help out the rest of the community, it's only right. It's only right. Obviously, these days there's so many sophisticated scams and hackers, so I had to do a
Yeah,
bit of due diligence. But apart from that, this is the least I can do.
fair enough. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, so I've been in crypto since around 2016, give or take. I started with Ethereum when the ICO craze was going on, 0x, Zilliqa, some of these projects, like the early days of the ICO boom. Done that, and then I was kind of in the Ethereum space. I would dabble around with some other projects, whatnot. And then post FTX, I started looking into Solana around like when it was around $20, and I found it quite interesting. And a few people that I respect, investors in the space, kept on talking about Solana or why they find Solana interesting. So I decided to give it a look, and then pretty much since then I got hooked into the Solana space. I never really was a ETH maxi or anything, but I used to really like the ethos and everything, and I still do. But it became very clear to me quite quickly, especially when like there was NFT mints or ICOs, the gas fees would just be insane, right? And so I'm not sure if it was like Eigenlayer airdrop or one of these airdrops. It cost me $40 or $60 to claim it, and then took me basically took me $100 total to claim it and then sell. And I was just like, this is just insanity. There's no way retail can even afford this, right? And then so I was just, that wasn't my turning point. It was just a reassuring thing. But yeah, many things happened in ETH space. I still like the space and I'm still bullish on Ethereum, but I just got more active because you can actually do things, right? Like you're not worried about the fees and the speed and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I just got more into that. I've done pretty much everything apart from like NFTs and like leverage trading. I generally avoid like anything leverage. And yeah, so in Solana, I came across the LP army, or I see people's screenshots and stuff, the PNLs. And so I was actually in the trenches, so I would trade like some of the meme coins, etc. Done really well with some of them. I got into like Myro early and some of these other coins. And so, but the win rate is very hard now. I think the rugs have just become too profitable, right? And so earlier days of like the memes, there was like, I don't know, the ratio was lower. Now it's just extremely high. So what happened was with the LP army, I realized it's a volume play. So if you can get into a coin, even if it's going down, you can still profit because of the amount of fees it's generating, right? And so I decided to give it a try. I would all day be in LP Army Discord, the chat, and I'll just wait for like one of the cool like Mythical Potato, one of the OGs, right? Or some of the other contributors. And so then around that time, I found out about Cleopatra and some of these tools. And so, yeah, I just got hooked onto DLM. Now there's like automated, the space have grown very quick, very fast. Like initially I was just doing manually. I was just doing everything manually. Then I found out on Cleopatra, you can automate some of the things. And then I found out about, Solid Decoder, which like automates everything. Obviously you can talk more about it later. And now, recently I found out about copy trading other wallets. So you just want to find profitable wallets and then you can potentially copy them. So it's just like evolved very fast. So yeah, it's been exciting. I like actually finding interesting wallets, seeing their behavior. So yeah, that's me really.
That's cool. You also have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. So I used to do some airdrop content before. Now, so I realized with Meteora, with DLLM, it's like a quadruple whammy. Like, so you could be getting obviously the Meteor airdrop, then you could be getting the airdrop of the tool that you use. For example, I don't know, for example, Cleopatra, obviously they haven't confirmed they'll have an airdrop, but using their tool. Then you're obviously using Jupiter to do the swaps, and then you're making gains like on the actual LP, right? So it's like, in terms of risk adjusted returns in crypto, it's one of the best, hands down. And so I looked at it and I was like, this is such a safe play. Like, even if potentially you might lose on obviously your goal is to make the immediate return, right? But even if you don't, like, the airdrop itself could be worth it, right? And Meteora airdrop, most likely, obviously they said that they're gonna have points or something. Sorry, in the V2 they said they're gonna have points, so basically confirmed airdrop, right? And so I just see the risk is very low, right? And obviously as you get better, as you find better wallets, you just realize if you can find profitable wallets and copy them, and it's just like almost all automated. You just have to manage here and there. But in terms of the amount of time spent to the money that you can make, is like one of the best I've seen in all of crypto, without like leverage trading or anything like that.
Interesting. And so, are you also trading on the side as well, or you're just doing it?
I do like longer term, but I don't do like anything short term. I do like some longer term big cap trades, etc. Like I might like buy and sell Jup or Sol. But yeah, like my YouTube channel is mainly right now, it's about like DLLM stuff, but I'm mainly just doing DLM because there's so many things to do. Like I'm using 3 tools right now just to copy trade, right? So just managing that is almost becoming like a full-time job. But I do trades, but yeah, not like short term or any flips or anything like that, unless I see a really good like risk reward ratio. Like maybe the pump token could be interesting, right? Because of the the fee revenue or something like that. Like certain specific ones I might trade, but not generally. I don't trade generally. I'm just trying to master the DLLM stuff.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point about the plays right now. So what you're saying is like, to profit on trades is much more difficult than just LPing and earning on trades. Are you saying that it's harder to earn on trading alone?
Yeah, as in like the meme coin trading, because I know a lot of people in the trenches, right?
Yeah.
So for the meme coin, because like I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've done really well in the meme coin trade. I've done like several like 100x's whatnot, and even for me it's hard. So I know most people, they're getting wrecked. Even me, I can't replicate my previous returns because of how quickly some of the coins come down, right? And so that's why I think the LP game is better, because you're getting people like Mythical that would vet the coins better than you can vet them, or you can even, he tells you how he vets them, but if you want to rely on someone and don't want to do it yourself, you can wait for his call and he's vetted them, right? And then it becomes a volume play, so you don't even have to wait for this coin to do a 50, because a lot of these guys, they're getting into these coins trying to do a 10, 20, 30, 50x, right? But you can actually just make consistent gains, because chances are, if you can make like 1 or 2 sol a day, I mean, you're not going to be a millionaire anytime soon, but like that's a good income for most places, right? Even in like first world countries, if you can make a sol a day or 2 sol a day, that's like a full-time wage, right? Depending on so it's like, I don't see the need to like, and then if you want to trade, if you're good at it, obviously go for it. But yeah, I when I'm in trading, I'm talking about the trenches trading, because that is the risky. Like if you can do the big caps, yeah, go for it. Like they also won't give you the 100x's also, so like in the terms of returns, LP is quite good.
That actually reminds me of this chart that somebody created doing dashboard of the actual.
I was actually gonna refer to that, but yeah, it's good.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like everyone thinks that they're in the top, 100K, but there's only 5 wallets up there, at least according to this data. Drea, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's the risk for it, it's not really worth it in my opinion. Like that's why I love to LP. Like the gains are consistent, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know people that like they're very sophisticated in the whole meme country. They follow wallets. They've got like Telegram bots automatically will buy certain coins when it's being called on certain channels. I know very sophisticated. Even they're like struggling in this market. I'm thinking if they can't do it, there's no way I have a chance. I don't have an edge better than them. There's like entire groups. There's like cabals and whatnot. I'm just like, you know what? It's just LP is way better. Like when you look at the risk, like Dre said, like you can make more consistent gains, and that's what's important, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to make it a job, if you're trying to do it full time. You can't try to make a 50x randomly, because that's not gonna pay the bills, right? You need something you can do consistently. Then use those gains to maybe do like a flip or something, or just put it in Solana and stake it for like a 8%, 7, 8, 9% return a
Yeah.
year. If you can get like a decent amount of Solana long term, you could live off that. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, some of the tools that we mentioned, probably people are quite familiar with, but I think it'll be interesting for us to do a little bit of a dive into what are their pros and cons, differences, and what purposes they serve in your LPing kit. So, really interested to kind of hear more about it, Aziz. Do you need to prepare anything?
No, I should be. I can talk off. I've got some yeah, I can just go straight up. Yeah, I can just
Straight
straight
into
away.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think people will probably have some questions after as well. So, love to get started. Let me know if you need to share your screen. And so,
Yeah, I can.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Aziz is going to be going through Met Engine, Soul Decoder, Cleopatra, LP Agent, and feel free to like add any other ones. I know that there's quite a few tools now,
Yeah.
so you've got a lot to work with. Let me know if you need to share screen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can share it, but right now, just if I need to share it, I'll ask you. I'm not shared yet.
Okay,
But yeah, I
awesome.
think we can group them. So we mainly have so the two P&L trackers, which is Ultra LP and obviously LP Agent. So those two, I've written down some of the like wish lists and stuff I wish they had. Like for example, Ultra LP. Let's just go straight for Ultra LP, right? Since this is
Straight for the jugular. Let's
yeah.
do it.
So what I like about you guys, obviously, you guys in terms of the accuracy, the live accuracy, I found it to be one of the best. I normally like cross-reference it with like other ones like Starseed or LP Agent, etc. Obviously, the problem is you guys don't have historical PNL, and I'm guessing you guys are gonna add that, right? You probably like the most requested feature or something, because obviously right now, LP Agent is the only one that has that, and when you're comparing wallets, that's obviously important. And right now, because copy DLLM is becoming so popular, that's like, I think it just goes without saying, like now, because you only have the Geek Lad tool, but obviously he just tells you how much solid you've made, right? I want like more accurate data, like on the previous positions. And one of the other ones I'd wish for is having more wallets. Like 3 isn't enough. Like I need like 5 or 10, honestly, because what's happening is with all these tools, you want to test out with a fresh wallet, right? And you don't want to use an old wallet, because then you can't track the PNL of that specific tool. So we need like at least 5 short term, and then maybe longer term 10, because I've already maxed out 3, and I'm already using like 4 tools or something like this. So I've got my main one, then I've got my Met Engine, then I've got my Valhalla, and then I got my Clio, and now I Clio I can't basically manage, like I can't see it on Ultra. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing. And the last thing I would say is just like maybe UI, like just a better UI, or have some themes or something like that. Like basically how I kind of look at all these websites is, how would someone like maybe Coinbase design it, or like Apple design something like this, right? And so obviously it gets the job done, and it doesn't look bad, but I think it can be improved. Maybe have some themes, or I don't know, something, because I don't know. I think UI generally in crypto is like the least thing prioritized, and I
Yeah,
think it's underrated, because I come from like a kind of tech world and these things, and
yeah,
I think tech is like UI is very underrated. Like I know it's like, people probably think, the devs probably just think, yeah, as long as it works, it's fine. But actually, I think a good UI would actually make people like, I used to actually use this other tool. I won't mention because maybe I don't know. I used to actually use this other tool just because it looks good, but like the data wouldn't be that accurate, or it wouldn't refresh as fast, and it didn't have that many features. So I kind of started using Ultra more and LP Agent more. But I don't know. I just think that's underrated in crypto.
That's very, very fair. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's Ultra LP. In terms of LP Agent, LP Agents obviously right now they're just dominant, like, because obviously they have features that other people don't have, especially right now. What I do, I'm trying to find good wallets, and actually they just released that feature where you can find good wallets, but I haven't got access. So if they're watching, they need to give me access to that. But now I'm doing it manually, and I'm making a spreadsheet, whatnot, trying to find really good wallets, right? And so one thing I like about them is you can check the data without like connecting your wallet, which is really convenient. And the reason why I say it's really convenient is what I do is on my phone, on my like Android iPhone. Actually, I can't do it on my iPhone. But on my Android, what I've done is I make it a desktop website, like with my wallet address in. You know, you can make it like you can request desktop website on mobile. Yes. On Android, you can do that, yeah? And what I do is add it as a home screen. So my 3 wallets, I can click one button and just check all my positions, like when I'm out and about without my laptop, without having to connect the wallet. And I can't seem to do that on my iPhone because I think LP Agent, when you request a desktop website, it doesn't show it. So I only kind of do it on my Android, right? Yeah. And so that is like hugely beneficial for me because rather than going to Phantom, because the other way, obviously, you go into your Phantom, you connect your wallet to LP Ultra, and then you have to connect one of the wallets, and then after like 5-10 minutes it forgets, so you have to reconnect it or re-go on it, right? But this is like one button, and I can see at least one of my wallets. So I still go into Phantom, check LP Ultra, but obviously without connecting the wallet, you can't even see one of the data, some of the stats, right? So that's the problem. So what I have on my phone, I just have like all 3 shortcuts on the home screen. And that's really useful for me because I can see in the future I might even have 5 wallets, right? 6 wallets, and I'll just have all the shortcuts on my phone on the home screen. So like first thing you wake up when you wake up from sleep, you want to check your positions, right? Pulling out the laptop, all this is very long. So what I do is just click on the links one by one, and I have all the positions. And then obviously I have like bots that notify me on every position. So Valhalla and MetEngine, they already notify you. But I use I don't use CeeLo, but I heard CeeLo is very good. But I use Raybot. So Raybot tells you about every transaction of any wallet, right? And so I check when it's done, how quick it notifies me, and these tools are very quick. So within like seconds, you get the notification of your wallet copying out of the wallet. So yeah, so that's what I would say about those 2 tools.
So LP Agent kind of has the most features right now, and the one that you care a lot about right now is obviously the being able to find good wallets very easily. Is that the main thing that you like about them?
Yeah, being able to find good wallets and then being able to save it on my home screen on my phone, because
easy access.
Yeah, easy access to, so that and you don't have to connect your wallet to see the data. So I don't have to go into Phantom and then do all the switching and everything. And then what I wish LP Agent also had is when you're comparing the wallets, like you should be able to, like how you have on like tech websites like Apple or something, you can compare phones, like the specs and stuff. I wish they had that with wallets.
Just compare like the P&L.
Yeah, so you have like 2 really good wallets, and more, before I even go into the comparison, they should add extra data, features or data sets. So one of the data sets that I wish they had was average position open time. So like because you got different kind of wallets, you got wallets that go for like longer term USD Sol, they'll have it open for days. Then you would have like some wallets just degening. Because when you're trying to copy a wallet, this kind of information is important. Like now we're doing it manually, but this kind of information is very important. Like if it says average time open is 30 minutes, I know that's the guy that's going in and out. He's doing the in and out strategy, right? And so that's really useful for me, because if I want that extra risk, because I can follow like 3-4 wallets, I'll have 3-4 of them safe and then one of them a bit degen, right? So overall I've got a bit of edge. So that's one thing. I hope they had like average time opened and average like PNL per position.
Right.
Per
Okay.
position,
that's
average
kind of,
PNL.
yeah.
And then the last one more thing I wish they had was if you can choose a specific period and get those data. So for example, some wallets, it says the average invested is 5 sol, but you look at the recent trades and they're all like 10 sol. Right? Because obviously he must have got very good or he must have made good, but because when you're copying a wallet, you want to see what he's currently doing, right? Or recently what he's been doing. But what it does, it gives you an aggregate of all the history since he's been doing LPing, right? But if you could choose the time and then get those data, that would be very good. Like if you could choose like the last 1 month, the last 2 weeks or something, that would be very good. And then with all that data, then have a wallet comparison tool where you can compare 2 wallets side by side and then get all the stats. But then I think it will be really interesting to find wallets with like good alpha.
Yeah. I think recently I heard from them that they posted on Twitter or something saying that there are some people that will rug the copy LP. Do you feel any risk in that, like for copy LPing?
Yeah, but like I know what you mean. So like some people, when they find that other people are copying them, they like intentionally try to rug the copiers. But how do you actually do that? Like you'd have to technically lose money yourself to make the other person lose, or I don't know how would that physically work. But I think you can avoid that by just finding good wallets that not a lot of people follow. You can actually check how many people follow a wallet, right? So just go into wallets that not a lot of people are following. That's what I do. I just find wallets that like less than 10 people are following, and just copy them, right? And so if I see 1 or 2 times you've like maybe trying to do some shenanigans, then yeah, I'll just switch. But I mean, it's good for them as well if a few people are copying them. Obviously, if you get too many people copying, it dilutes the gains, right?
Yeah.
Because there's too much liquidity being added. But that's also why I try not to share my personal wallet or the wallets I'm copying. So if someone wants a wallet, I'll give them another good wallet, but I won't give my specific one, because obviously if too many people join it, then it's just bad for everyone, right?
Yeah. So for copying, do you find yourself to be more profitable over time with copy LP or doing your own LP?
That's a good question, because like at the start I thought I think I can outperform other people, but then the market humbled me. Like sometimes when the market's like the day when Trump and Elon were having their little feud or little
Oh yeah.
thing, the market was it was like, whoa, this is like. But then what's
Crazy.
important is like to check your PNL in Sol and USD, because it could be a drastic difference, right? Because sometimes it will say like you're down in USD a lot, but then it's actually not in Solana, because obviously Solana's just going down and everything paired to Solana is down, right? But you're actually not down in Sol. So that's a really important thing to check, like the difference between that. Right now, currently, I would say the copying, because I have like I'm copying like 3 wallets now, 3 or 4 wallets right now, and that's outperforming me. But what I'm trying to do is learn more methods. So previously I was mainly doing like in and out, but obviously you have to be super active with in and out. So right now I'm trying to learn how to do more of the a multi-day mid-cap strategy. So like I'm going to try to use Cleopatra. I'm actually already doing it, but I'm not doing it with size. So I'm going to use Cleopatra to do that, because on Cleopatra you can set your stop loss and your take profit. So I've already tested out 5% and 5% take profit, 25% stop loss, and it's been working out quite well. And obviously I go into the like slightly bigger caps, like the coins that have been like a week old or a few days old at least. I don't go into the completely new coins, and that's been doing quite well. I mean, obviously Drake can tell you he's completely been eating recently. I've been seeing his P&Ls. I'm actually DMing more about that later on. But yeah, people are eating. You just need to find out like why I realized about this whole DLLM LP army or slash community. Like people are willing to help. You just gotta ask them. Like people will actually tell you the secrets. Like they don't hold back. Like, I don't know, other places they'll be like, no, I can't. Like, if you ask the LP people, they just tell you straight up what they do. Like they'll actually give you the secret recipe. You just gotta ask them. Literally, if you don't ask, you won't get.
Hey, that's pretty good advice. Just asking you'll get from this
Yeah,
community.
honestly, like
That's
I've
cool.
been in the LP army. I've just asked people to just tell you everything. They don't
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
back. Like, yeah.
Cool. Well, Gia, what do you have to say? I mean, it sounds like you're eating and not telling us about it.
No, no, no. It's true.
I need to find his wallet.
The LP Army Discord, super friendly people there. Like you got Potato, you got Spider-Man, you got like the whole team over there. They're willing to help. Just need to ask. Like, don't be shy. Just ask for help. Ask how to get started. Everything. Yeah.
I know, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the recent P&Ls you've been making.
Oh no, like I'm just getting lucky. Trust me. Like if you see my wallet, you'll be like, oh man, I'm not copying him.
Hey, there's only one way to find out. You can send it to me. I'll let them know.
Okay. Well, so
I
yeah,
just
go
wanted to
ahead.
shout out to Valhalla chat as well. They
Yeah.
got some alpha in that chat. Like they got
The Soul
chat where
Decoder, you mean?
no, they got actual chat for Valhalla. You know the
Oh,
copy
okay.
trade, the copy they made a copy trade, right?
Yeah.
And they've got this chat called I think copy wallet chat or something, and they give you access if you're like active on Twitter or their normal chat on Discord, and they've got some interesting wallets in there. That's what I'll say. So yeah.
Okay, well, I'm curious how this thing grows because like copy LPing only started becoming, I think, a thing. I think about a month ago, and then everybody started doing copy LPing for like all of the big wallets. And I'm curious how it affects the P&Ls over time as it becomes more mainstream. So I'll definitely keep some tabs on that. And so, you mentioned a few products already. You've got Valhalla, you have Met Engine, LP Agent. So it sounded like LP Agent is where you could discover wallets. What do you use the other products for, and what are their pros and cons?
Okay, so Met Engine is mobile based, obviously Telegram based. I like that. I use it. I actually follow one wallet on that. Problem with that is you can only follow one wallet, right? So I'd like to be able to follow more wallets, but it's very good. Obviously, it's very intuitive, very easy. I haven't had any issues. I've heard people have issues in terms of like position not closing or anything like that. I didn't use it very early when they just started. I used it like I don't know. I've been using it for like a few weeks, so I haven't had any issues. But I do also sometimes manually close positions. So what I do, right? I don't like completely automate my copies. I sometimes, if I see I've made enough gains, I just close the position myself. Like I don't wait for the person I'm copying to close it. So I found out that is like quite a good thing to do because sometimes they might get into risky coins, right? And the good thing about Valhalla is you can actually, obviously, you can copy three wallets, but you can actually put parameters to avoid certain coins. So let's say the person you're copying goes into a complete rug, right, or like a coin that's not even like 5 minutes old. You can have age weighted, time weighted. Like you can have certain market cap, like safe zone. So basically, if they get into one of those coins that are below the threshold, your copy wallet won't copy it. Even so I've actually disabled all of that. I've actually put it to 0 to make it fully degen because I trust the guy, the wallet I'm following. So I've actually
Uh-huh.
put everything to like 0, like 1 minute, whatever. And so yeah, so I wish those features were on a Met Engine as well. But the interesting thing is, if you completely automated, then it won't be. I think it's better to be a bit more manual, as in, even if you're copying, check your positions every like few hours or whenever you can check, and then manually close if you like happy with it, or if the coin is too risky, I just close the position myself. And you can do that within Met Engine or just go to Meteora yourself and close it. Because I think on I wish what they had on Met Engine is you can close all the positions, but you can only close like one at a time. With Valhalla, you can actually close all of them in one shot. You put a command in Discord and it closes all the position. I mean, Valhalla is just insane, honestly, because their previous product, Decoder, Sol Decoder, this. Obviously this is about DLLM, but that's also about DLLM, right? But it's
Yeah.
not copy trading. But that tool is so insane. Like when I first found out about the tool, I couldn't believe it. Like it literally does everything for you. Like the alpha in Sol Decoder is to find good settings, right? And there's different people that share their settings, like market cap, age of the coin, all these different, like how old the coin is, on all, like if you can find good settings, which is like not very hard to find, it's insane. It's like everything automated now. Because I do copy trading, I don't use decoder currently. I haven't used it, but I do plan to use it again. Just depends on the market, right, and the settings. But their products are insane. Like Solid Decoder is insane. That's why when they said they're gonna come out with Valhalla, I was really excited, because I couldn't even believe what Solid Decoder was. Like literally does everything for you.
Sorry,
Like from finding the
so Soul Decoder obviously is the auto LP,
Yeah.
auto DLMM, and then Valhalla is the copy
the
trading.
copy.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I was excited, because I've used Solid Decoder and I was just like, how is this even possible? Like literally you just find the settings, you deposit your Sol, and it literally does everything from finding the LP, the coin, the pool. It's like Cleopatra on steroids, basically. Like it literally does everything. Close the position, convert all your tokens to Solana. It will tell you the PNL. Like it was just insane, right?
Is it better to use Soul Decoder or Valhalla? You find? See, I have like
currently I like Valhalla, because because there's, I don't know, there's something about a human is just better in some ways than an algorithm, right?
okay.
Yeah, like so if you can find good wallets,
Yeah.
Valhalla would perform really well, because the thing about like the settings, the Solid Decoder settings, people share them, but you can't really see the PNL because they don't share you the PNL. But with copy trading, with Valhalla, you can see a guy, he's been doing it for like 1 year, DLLM, and he's got like maybe 2 weeks. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about LP agent. So what I would say, when you try to check a wallet in LP agent, don't just look at the day, look at the weekly and the monthly. That would give you so much more context than the daily, because sometimes it looks like red green, and you can't really tell. But if you look at the weekly and you see like, okay, 20 weeks this guy's been DLLM in, and he's only got 2 L's, and even those are very low, that's a wallet you want to add to your spreadsheet, right? And then look at the month, it gives you way better context. And that's super useful. But yeah, I would say right now Valhalla's top. Valhalla is super top. So Valhalla and Met Engine right now is like my go-to.
So LP agent's also a copy LP, but
Yeah,
you use
so
Valhalla, right?
yeah, so what happened was, when I was looking into this, I saw Satsmonk's comparison tweet he done.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Met Engine and Valhalla's like performed the best for him. And so I'll probably still try eventually LP agent. It's just I've only got so much funds and so much wallets, right? There's Hopefire as well, right? So
Makes sense.
if I see more data that tells me LP agents got better or whatnot, and I have more funds, and but right now I've got like 3 wallets already doing the copy trading.
So you use LP agent as kind of like the data, being able to look at the historical, analyze if the wallet's good or not, and then you switch over to Valhalla or Met Engine to do your actual copy LP. And so Met Engine, you have 1 position. Valhalla is kind of like the GOAT right now, like the best one
It's the most sophisticated, yeah, because you can copy 3 wallets. Met Engine, you can only copy 1. They both have like I think Met Engine is 0.4% fee on, I think, claiming or something like that. Basically, it's negligible the way I see it. And then on Valhalla is 0.1%, so the fees are cheaper. But I like also what gives me confidence in Valhalla, why I like to use it, is I can just message Professor, like he's very active. Professor is the person that's made it, and because I've been active in Solid Decoder, I've got a bit of relationship with him as well, and he's super nice and super like willing to accommodate any of your needs, whatnot. Like community is very good. So that's that, and this has got advanced features, like I said about the tokens. So like if you follow someone that gets into a lot of new coins, you can filter them out by like having those filters, which Met Engine doesn't have. Right? For example, if a token is less than 1 day old or one hour old, don't go into it. Right? And so even though I've put them to 0 because I trust my guys and it's been okay for me, other people will actually probably want to use that because they don't want to go into complete like new coins that I have super high risk.
That makes sense. And so these days, are you like 100% on copy LP, not really doing as much? Like, do you still do your like own LP or mostly copy?
I do so on my Cleopatra. So I use Met Engine and Valhalla to copy, and on my Valhalla, I'm doing it manually. Obviously, it does some of the rebalancing for me and take profit, but I actually choose the pools and everything. So what I do is go on Meteora AI, which is another super cool website. Definitely check them out. And I'll basically go down the list of like the coins that are like a few days old or whatnot. Right now is I can't remember Kleb or something, but there's a few coins right now that are doing well. Like you can see on everyone's PNL, right? So I'll get that specific pool. Make sure you don't get into the 20 bin step or 50 bin step. Go into the one that's like 100, a bit more wide, right? And then I'll paste that into my Cleopatra pool, and then hit spot position, and have it rebalance every hour. And then I'll put. I gave them this feedback. They should allow you to put the stop loss on take profit straight away, but you have to do it after it's already open. So once it's open the position, I'd go into the settings and then put the take profit at 5%, and then stop loss at 25. What I've realized is this is another actually useful thing people should write down, right? If you're doing copy trading on any of these things, it's more easier for you to do multiple 3 to 5% than trying to do a 10-20%, right? And I learned this from doing I think it was Solid Decoder. So there was people that had settings, and the people that had like 3-4% take profit, those settings would do better than people that had their take profit at 15%, 10-15, because a coin would give you like 3 to 5% multiple times before you make 15%, right? So the reason why I've got it at 5% on Cleopatra is because it doesn't even let you go any lower, right? It starts from 5%. Otherwise, I'll probably test out like 3-4%.
Oh,
because you could do
5% is the
3-4%
minimum.
many times faster, quicker than doing like 15%. Yeah.
That's interesting. And so you find it if you're doing your own LPing, you're using Cleopatra because it's why particular? Is it because of the rebalancing, or is it because it's auto stop loss? Or
it's just easier. Yeah, everything easy. It's on the phone. It's on the so I'll have all these wallets. So yeah, that's the other thing about LP agent, that you can sign in with your wallet, whatnot, and then have all these wallet favorited. So I have all my wallet favorited. So when I get on my laptop, I can obviously check all the PNLs of all the different tools, whatnot. But it's just easier to use Cleopatra, and then obviously there might be a potential airdrop. But yeah, it's just easy to use, right? So it's like like I said before, quadruple whammy. You're getting the Cleopatra airdrop, then you're getting the Meteora, then the Jupiter, and then the instant gains, right? You can't really go wrong.
Yeah. So it sounds like you don't really use the Meteora website anymore. You just use.
I used to. So at the start, I would definitely use it. So when I first started, and I was, I would follow like Mythical Calls or LPRB Calls. So I know how to actually use it. And obviously, recently they launched a V2, which is very nice. But so I know how to use, and that's actually it's good you asked me this question. So what I would say is, if you get into copy trading, what you want to first do is learn how to do LPing yourself. Like, even if you don't get really good, learn how to use it, because when you learn how to do it manually, you'd get better at finding good wallets. Because to find a really good wallet, you actually need to know how to do it yourself. So for example, what I mean by all this is, there's a guy I found on LP agent. He's I found his address and whatnot, and I actually started monitoring what he does, like he's got a really good rate. Like I think it's over like 65%, more than 4,000 position closed, whatnot. Like one of the best wallets I found, right?
Wow.
And I've noticed what he does. So he just finds like the daily runner or one of the coins that are out that day, and he does a lot of bid ask, but he staggers them. So it's like what do they call it? Anti-sawtooth. I think it's called the anti-sawtooth method, where you do bid ask, but you do multiple bid ask basically. And this guy's PNL was so insane. But the reason why I realized that's such a good wallet is because I knew how to actually do LP myself, right? Then I realized why that strategy is so good, better than spot or just doing one bid ask. So he would do multiple bid asks, then it will go down like 2-3 of, like, he'll probably have like 4 or 5 open, but he'll go into like 3-4 of his position. Then the minute it pumps, he'll close his position, and it's just amazing. Like that. The problem with that wallet is he goes on like holiday or something. Like he would trade for like 1-2 days, and then he would disappear for like 2-3 days, So I've got him on like my Valhalla as like my third wallet or something. But like if he was like active every day or like at least every 1-2 days, then honestly I'll just follow him with size because he is so good. He is so good. No one asked me for the wallet obviously, but honestly he's just insane, man. He's just insane. So I would say if you get into copy trading, definitely learn how to do LP yourself, at least to an extent where you understand everything properly. So I don't know if I answered your question. I went on a little tangent, but
No. I mean, this is the point of this, to really get your kind of ideas flowing and your honest feedback on things. And I think coming from like more of a perspective of like, yeah, I think that there's definitely a lot of value to copy LP. It's like the shortest path to profitability, right? If you can find a good wallet, it's like easy, a lot more easy to manage positions yourself. I just wonder like what's the people that are being copied, like how are they thinking about this? If there's a way that benefit
I've kind of already got a solution for that. Like, so people that realize that they're being copied, they're not just gonna stop. They're just gonna switch wallets, right? So this is why finding wallets is like the next best thing, like what you want to learn how to do. I know LP Agent's gonna come out with their tool, or they're gonna give me access to it soon. But finding yourself manually, I might do a video on this, but you can just go on GMGN and then reverse engineer the wallet, right? So there's threads on this. There's videos on this as well, where you just go on the liquidity tab, put the filters on, and then you can find wallets. So that's why just be good at finding wallets. So then you won't have that problem. So if they decide to, because they're not gonna stop LPing, right? Are they just gonna stop LPing? No. What they're gonna do is just switch the funds. They're gonna send it to a centralized exchange, because obviously they know everyone's copying them. So they're gonna send it to a centralized exchange or one of these mixers, and then send it to their new Solana address, right? And so I've actually found these wallets that are new that are doing very well, because I just think it's these people. So I've already found wallets that are like a few weeks old that have got really good PNL, because I think that's their new wallet, right? And so I don't really see that as a problem.
Yeah. I found it really interesting that you said that you would rather trust a human being than trust an algorithm. Is that because you just had better results, or is there something deeper than that?
Yeah, I just think because human beings, they understand, they'll know news, they'll know like certain things like news, or they might go into science because they know something, like maybe some internal information, or they're part of a cabal or something, because a software is just gonna do what you program it to do. It won't take any other factor into consideration, right? You put the preset and it will just choose something in that preset, right? And even that, like if you put the same preset, I believe in Solid Code, if you put the same preset on like two different wallets, it won't choose the same coin. It will choose different coins, because I think it assumed that you wouldn't want to go into the same token, right? And so a human being, I just find that they have a bit more intuition, especially because you can see its history. Like with the Solid Coder, if you could see someone that used that setting, if you could see the history, because people don't really share they don't share the actual address, they just show the PNL on LP Agent, right? But you can't see the history or like put the actual address in LP Agent. But with finding someone's wallet and then putting it into LP Agent, you can see the whole history. And that's what gives you confidence, right? If someone's been doing it for 1 year, 1.5 years, or whatever it is, 6 months, and they've only had like 2 bad weeks, that information alone is going to be confidence to you, right? Rather than someone's giving you settings and saying I've done well for a few weeks, or showing their PNL, because obviously they could be a bit subjective in that you can't actually check their address. That's why. I mean, if you could check their address, then things will change a bit, but people wouldn't share their address, right? With this, when you find a wallet, you can see the whole history.
Yeah.
So it can't be gamed or anything like that, because when they share their settings with you and you do it yourself, you kind of have to find out as they're doing it, right, how these settings are going to do, apart from the information that they've given you with the PNL screenshot. With this, you can go in with confidence, because you've seen this guy's been doing it for a year. He's only had 1 bad month or 2 bad weeks,
Yeah.
The historic data is what gives you confidence.
Cool. And so how do you juggle all of these different apps, wallets, and bots? You've got the Cleopatra, you've got the Med Engine, you've got the Valhalla. Like, you have different P&Ls coming in. Like, how do you deal with all that?
Yeah, so I have like two phones. I have Android, iPhone, so I'm always like checking something on one of the phones. But I think that really helps the having the shortcuts on my home screen on my Android. So I check all of them like that, and then I have the two main wallets, the Met Engine and Valhalla, on my Phantom Ultra LP. That would give me a summary of all my positions, PNL, right? That
Yeah.
top super useful, right? But I just need like 5 wallets, but. So that's kind of how I manage it. So first thing in the morning, or like every few hours, I'll check it, and then if a position is like I cut it short, or I want to come out of that position, I'll just manually do it. Or sometimes I just because in decoder you can't get out of one position with in the Discord. You have to go on LPA. You have to go on like Ultra Meteora. So sometimes in the bot, I would just, if I'm happy with the PNL of all the positions, I'll just close it. Or even if it's like small loss, but the whole thing's in profit, I'll just click the command because it's just easier. I'll just click the command to close all the positions, and it will just close. Blah, 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 blah. It's just insane what these bots can do, honestly. Like they'll close all your positions, swap everything to Sol, tell you your PNL, and you're just watching everything in LP agent. Your positions closing one by one. It's like, oh my, it's like magic, honestly. It's like these bots are insane. And then same thing with the Met Engine. Met Engine, you can't close all of them in one shot. You have to do it manually, but that's still fine as well. I prefer if they had a button where you can do all of it in one shot, like close all position, and you've just done that. Now you have to do it every one by one. Imagine you got 10 positions open, you have to do it one by one. Like these little things make a big difference, in my opinion. Like if they had one button where you can close all positions and swap everything for Sol, because they can technically do it, but just I don't know why they haven't got that option.
I've been talking a lot. Drea, you have any questions for Aziz? He's been straight sharing gems for a whole hour or 40 minutes.
Yeah, just one quick question for someone that maybe learning how to LP, or like they just finished like boot camp and they're interested in these tools. How easy or difficult may it be to set up like decoders or Clio, in your opinion?
Okay, so decoder is advanced. So decoder is the one that finds the position for you. It's not copy trading. That is definitely advanced. It's got, I would say, it's got a monthly fee as well, because there's like several tools you need to. But I'm guessing you meant Valhalla. So I think the easiest one is obviously, because it's phone based. Telegram might be easy. So Met Engine. Or Cleopatra. It depends. If you want to learn how to copy trade, then Met Engine, because Cleopatra doesn't have that, and I don't think they'll have it anytime soon. So there's a Met Engine, and then obviously Valhalla is Discord based, which also isn't. So I would say it's more about what features you want, because Valhalla has more advanced features to protect you from rugs, etc. Like it's got the minimum token age, or minimum market cap, etc. You probably want to use Valhalla as long as you've got Discord on your phone or something, like on the go, you can still manage it, and then obviously bookmark or add those to your home screen, your address to your home screen. But Met Engine also works, and it does very good. It just lacks a bit of features compared to Valhalla. So I would say if you're okay with Discord, Valhalla. If you're okay with Telegram, then you can use Met Engine. But you can get Discord on your phone, so I don't see why that should be a deciding factor. And then if you want to do it manually, then you want to look at Cleopatra, because Solid Decoder is quite advanced. You need to subscribe to a few subscriptions, and then you have to set it up. You have to actually get like Windows remote tool, and it's quite advanced. I think for beginners it would be too confusing for them. So what you want to do is maybe use Cleopatra, and then just follow someone's settings like mine. Like I'm already telling you, 5% profit, 25% stop loss, and then go into the coins that are a few days old, or just try out on Sol USDC. I mean, you're not going to make much unless you're Wade, but you can try it out. And then what I would say is hang out in LP Army Discord, and just anything you don't understand, just ask them. Just keep asking questions. That's the best way to learn. Ask questions. Like I tell people as well, like anything you don't understand, just ask me, because that's the quickest way to learn. You read, don't understand something, ask, read, ask, and that's it.
Sounds good. Good advice.
What would you say, if you were to sum it up, like the key defining feature for each of these things that makes the biggest difference for you?
Okay, before that, I actually want to say something else that might help with the previous question. What you can do on your laptop on Chrome or any browser have all the websites bookmarked in a folder. And then basically what you can do is right click and open all. So let's say you have like 10, because I have like 10 tabs I need to open every time I do a LPing, all right? I have like, Meteora, Jupiter, then I have like Ultra LP, then LP Agent. I have like 10 tabs open, right? Open them manually every day is going to take forever, right? So what I do, I have all of them bookmarked in one folder in my Chrome bookmark bar, and then I'll right click it, open all, and that would open all of them, right? And it will just save you so much time. And what I have it to the actual address of my LP agent, right? And so I can see my PNL straight away there. Then I can cross-reference it in LP Ultra as well, Ultra LP. And so I would say that's super useful to like manage your tabs and all these things, because it could get quite crazy. You got like 10 tabs and then you got your normal tabs of your other work. It could get quite crazy. So I would recommend that. Sorry, your question was, sorry.
My question was, it's a good tip, but my question was, what is, if you were to sum it up, will it be like the most important key benefit of each of these different products out there?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so MetEngine, quick, easy copy trading. Ultra LP, I would say most accurate, up-to-date, real-time PNL checker. So you want to check your real-time data. Super useful for that. Sol Decoder / Valhalla, advanced, but it's Discord based. So if you're happy, if you got Discord and you know how to use it, it's not hard at all. It's a bit more advanced in terms of you can tweak more things. Definitely recommend those. I personally use that. Cleopatra, I would say, is good for people that want to join DLLM and they need a bit of assistance. So ideally, you don't even want to use Cleopatra or any of these tools. Ideally, what you want to do is do it manually, but use all the PNL tools like Ultra LP and LP Agent. Use the PNL tools and learn how to do it manually. Because once you do it manually, then you'll appreciate and understand the automated tools better. Otherwise, you kind of take it for granted, and you won't really understand what they're actually doing. Like, I actually realized how good all these copy trading bots are because I actually were doing it manually, right? When you're stressing, you got like 2-3 positions open, you're trying to close them, and then you're trying to like reinvest the fees. When you've done it manually, that's when you realize what these actually tools do, right? And so that's that. And then LP Agent, I mean, currently got the best UI. They were lacking in feature, like the features I mentioned, but it's definitely one of the ones I will have with Ultra LP to track my PNL. Definitely, that's one you want to bookmark. That with Ultra LP's no-brainer. There's some other ones, but these two I basically use daily, or when I want to check my positions, I'll have these two open. So yeah.
That's a pretty good summary. Yeah. Well, I think really appreciate your time, Aziz, today, and by far this session has been extremely informative. A lot of people have questions about all these things or don't have time to try out every single one, but you've obviously dived really deep into how to not only use these tools but also develop strategies around them. So that's incredible, and I really appreciate your time. Drea, you have any questions here for Aziz? We're coming up to the hour, so I'm just wanting to wrap things up.
No, I appreciate it, answering everything too.
Yeah, it's been a lot of gems. Everybody, please follow Aziz here on. Do you want people to follow you on your Twitter or your YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine. I've got my link tree in the description if they want to come to Telegram or anything. I'm going to try to share some wallets, etc. there. But yeah, Twitter's fine.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Aziz. Everybody, please follow Aziz at his Twitter on the screen here. And of course, always, if you want to catch up with us, part of the Ultra LP team, or Drea here, just DM us at any time. We are also running our beta access right now, so come join our Discord. Link is on our Twitter if you want access. Really, thank you for your time, Aziz.
Honestly, like I said, it's the least I can do. Thank you guys for what you guys are building, because I don't know how to do all this without you guys' data. So thank you guys. It's the least I can do. If there's anything else I can do, let me know. I'm at your service. And speak soon.
Yeah. Well, we'll take some of the feedback that you mentioned. I wrote a few notes down to send to the team to fix up what you're saying. So I really appreciate that as well. We'll see you guys next time then. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Bye.